Baseball. Tonight's Rocky Mountain Baseball League contest is a middle game of a three-game series featuring the Fort Collins, Colorado Foxes and your Hayes Larks. The Larks enter tonight's game at 24-7 on the season, and at 17-3 are in second place in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Fort Collins is 5-15 in the RMBL. Free admission for tonight's game has been made possible through the generous sponsorship of the Platinum Group Real Estate Agency, Jimmy John's Sandwich Shop and Gourmet Subs, and Hayes Chevrolet. We greatly appreciate these generous folks and their support of Hayes Larks Baseball. And now let's meet tonight's starters for your Hayes Larks. Leading off and playing center field from Creighton University, number 1, Jack Tarosian. Batting second, tonight's 8th Street Liquor Beverage Batter, the third baseman from Kansas City Community College, number 12, Palmer Hutchinson. Batting third and catching for the Larks from Seminole State Community College, number 5, Jackson Halter. Batting fourth for the Larks, playing first base from Houston Baptist University, number 26, Tyler LaRue. Batting fifth, the left fielder from the University of Tennessee, number 33, Dylan Driley. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from Murray State, number 20, Garrett Gruel. Batting seventh, playing shortstop from the University of Tennessee, number 3, Austin Jaslove. Batting eighth, playing right field from the University of Oklahoma, number 23, Braden Lucart. And batting ninth for the Larks from Arizona Western College, playing second base, number 4, Ben Firenze. Tonight making the pitching start for the Larks, 1-1 on the season from the University of New Mexico, number 31, Ben Baker Livingston. And in his 40th season with the Larks, please welcome the head coach, Mr. Frank Leo. Larks pitching coach is Keith Harper. Assistant coach is Andy Luton.
Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Welcome back to Larks Park and another game between the Larks and the Fort Collins Foxes. It's a quick 0-2 count to start things off against Henry Fleckner with BBL on the bump. First pitch clocks in at 7:40 p.m. here in Hayes. It's another triple-digit temperature ball game. It is hot, especially down there on the field. BBL from the windup, the 0-2 in the zone, 3 pitches on the strike zone. He strikes out his 21st of the season through 18 and a third.
The center fielder, number 38, Tyler Attal.
Takes us to Tyler Attal. Out of Bates College, he's an LA native. One away, bases empty in the top of the first. Attal in yesterday's contest picked up 2 walks in the effort, leading the way for both sides. But other than that, he went 0 for 2, striking out. 4 pitches for Ben Baker Livingston on the zone. Line drive. It's a diving effort from Ferenzi. Almost came up with a great catch. And it will be a 1-out single. That was a beautiful attempt from Ferenzi. Nobody else is touching that. Scoreboard flashes E4, but I'm ruling that a hit. That was a great effort from Ferenzi. Laid out, put his body on the line, just couldn't reel it in. Line drive, Hutchison leaps forwards, it'll go into left field. Back-to-back hits from Drew Norson, and now Tyler Attal. Or now Drew Norson. Norson singling after Attal single. Attal at second, Norson at first for Henry Jamison. 2 hits already for the Fort Collins Foxes here in the first inning, with 1 away. Takes us to Henry Jamison, the second baseman out of Bates College. He is one of many Fort Collins. No, he's not. He's a St. Simons Island, Georgia native, but there's a lot of Fort Collins Foxes natives on the roster. Our camera keeps falling down. That's part with the wind and just the way things are set up. Fly ball to left field. Running forward is Dylan Dreiling. Has to cover a lot of territory to get it, but he will get out number 2 of the first inning.
Right fielder, number 27, Brendan Jordan.
To Brendan Jordan we go. He's the right fielder batting 5th tonight. He's out of Lock Haven U. He's a Pennsylvania native. BBL on the bump, 1-1 on the season. This is his 8th appearance, his 6th start. His Larks are 24-7, sitting 17-3 in league play. In second place, just 1.5 games back from the Liberal BJs. Every time we win, Liberal finds a way to win as well, and they haven't had a couple of losses that we've had on the road. So those 2 games that will happen in Hayes in late July are going to be 2 big ones. Going to be the most fun series at Larks Park. 1 ball, no strikes to the right fielder. Grounds this one to Austin Jaslove. It goes off of his glove. Ferenzi chases it into the grass. It'll be an E6, and it'll score a tall from second base. Jaslove had an error yesterday. Has one here, and Fort Collins takes a 1-0 lead. Two hits and an error in this time of the first inning. Fort Collins didn't score until the 5th inning yesterday. Fastball in the zone, no balls and a strike. The Larks have won 8 of their last 9. This is a league contest in which they've come into this game winning 7 straight league games. 0-1 in the zone, 0-2. BBL 1 strike away from sending us to the bottom half of the inning. Do it for the Larks to Rosie and Hutchison and Halter. The 0-2 with 2 away. Off speed outside and low. Halter gets it. Strong wind moving from left to right, but doesn't do much to help the Heats. It really got a hold of that ball off the bat of Jamison that Dryling had to move quite a ways to get it to it. Ben Baker Livingston strikes out Connor Jeffords to end the first inning. Strikes out his 22nd of the season. And that run will go down as an unearned, and it takes us to bottom of the first. Hayes trails by 1. Bottom of inning number 1 here from Hayes. Jack Tarosian will lead things off for the Larks. First pitch, Tarosian sees. He skies to the left side of foul.
We appreciate your bringing the foul balls back to the Larks nest. You get $1 courtesy of the Hayes Space Police Department.
Nobody out, nobody on for the leadoff man of the bottom of the first, Terosian. 2 for 8 this season against Fort Collins with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. Pitch number 2 off the turf, 1-1. On the bump, Matt Oberlander. He's out of St. Olaf College. He's a Fort Collins native. St. Olaf, a school in Northfield, Minnesota. Ground ball to the left side of the field. Jack Terosian has 3 hits this season against Fort Collins thanks to that one. And this series at home, he is 3 for 5.
Tonight's A Street Liquor Beverage batter from Kansas City Community College, the third baseman, number 12, Palmer Hutchinson.
Runner at first base for Palmer Hutchison. He is batting second tonight. He is, at least in my memory, never hit second for the Larks before. He's seen action at the 8 spot, the 7 spot, 6, 5, and 3. Getting a start at 2 tonight. First pitch to him from Oberlander in the zone. Fort Collins comes to this game 5-16 on the season, 5-15 in league play. They've only played one non-league game, and it was a loss. They're sitting in 7th place, 13.5 games back. Back-to-back, Larks send the ball into the outfield on opposite hits, and tonight's beverage batter gets a hit in the first.
Breaks the remainder of this half inning, courtesy of A Street Liquor and Palmer Hutchison.
You could already see some people standing up from the back row in the stands, getting up to go down the concession stand, and there's a wave of them going. It is hot out, so they're going to get a cold drink at reduced price thanks to Palmer. 2 on, nobody out for Jackson Halter. Larks reading Oberlander well, at least through the first 2. Takes us to the catcher out of Seminole States. Halter's first game against Fort Collins this season. He's had the previous 2 off. Larks 1-1 against Fort Collins this year, losing on the first, winning last night. It was a 10-4 victory last night for the Larks. They picked up 15 hits to Fort Collins' 5. It was a really good day from Dylan Dreiling, a 4 for 5 effort with 2 triples and 3 runs scored. Gruel drove in 3, and Jaslov also drove in 3. Quickly 0-2 to Jackson Halter. LaRue on deck, Dreiling in the hole for Hayes. Batters 1, and then 4 through 7, and then the 9th hitter, the same order from yesterday's game, but Hutchison moves up, Halter into the lineup, and Lucart into the lineup. Halter will strike out, and in the meantime, Higson is shaken up. Strikeout number 24 this season for Oberlander through 32 1/3. Isaac Weinberg out of the dugout to go and check on his catcher. Oberlander didn't seem too shaken up with what his catcher's doing. I was looking down at the numbers and didn't see what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 45, Ryland next up.
I think Jackson Halter's swing counted when he went on the backswing.
University, the first baseman, number 26, Tyler LaRue.
I think that's what I'm catching looking at a replay. But regardless, Halter, the first out of the bottom of the first, takes us to the cleanup hitter, LaRue. This year versus Fort Collins, Tyler is 2 for 10 with the run scored. After their hits to start off this inning, Terosian on a 5-game hitting streak, Hutchison on a 10-game hitting streak. Hutchison tied with Dreiling and Jaslov for the longest active on the team. Wall struck from LaRue had it been fair, would have been trouble, but instead it's going to be a long foul ball. 0-1 counts. Dreiling on deck, Gruel in the hole for Hayes. Hayes with 2 hits and a strikeout to the first 3 batters of the bottom of the first. Larks have won 5 straight games at Larks Park. They have won 5 series this season. Haven't lost a series. They've split 2 2-game series, but they've yet to lose one. They need a win tonight to secure the series win. Terosian's taken on for a third, but LaRue's swing sends the pitch to the backstop, and Tarosian back to second base. 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the first, and a 1-0 ball game in favor of the visiting Foxes. Oberlin making his 9th appearance this season. He's 1-2. His 6th start, he's also picked up a save, giving up 44 hits. Now 46 because of Tarosian and Hutchison, sitting with a 7.59 ERA. 1 ball, 2 strikes to LaRue. Oberlander making his debut against the Larks. His last game was against the Saints, where he went 5 innings on the 8th in the starts. Picked up the loss, his 2nd of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Tyler LaRue. Righty versus righty. Pitch home. It's going to be lined. Bounces off the grass. Heads to the left fielder, Hupfer, who had a good throw yesterday. This one would have been in time had it been accurate. Instead, it pulls Hickson away from the plate. And LaRue has his first RBI against the Foxes this season, scoring Jack Tarosian from second base. Larks tie the game up here in the bottom of the first with still only 1 away.
From the University of Tennessee, the left fielder, number 33, Dylan Bradley.
LaRue now on a 5-game hitting streak. Larks with 3 hits today. RBI for LaRue, number 34. That leads the team. Jack Tarosian scores his 34th run. That also leads the team. It breaks a 3-way tie between him, Rawson, and Dreiling. Dreiling's the guy at the plate right now with an 0-1 count. Dreiling gets a hold of this one, drives it to right field. Jordan's at the warning track, looking up. It goes over the other side of the wall, and Dylan Dreiling sends over his third home run this season, his 6th home run of the season. 3rd on the team in home runs, brings home 3. Larks up 4-1. Dreiling this series, 3 extra base hits, 2 triples, and a home run. So Tyler LaRue just broke a 3-way tie for the RBI lead, and then Dylan Dreiling jumps over him now with 36 RBIs on the season. And in this series, Dylan Dreiling with 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs. He scores Hutchison and LaRue. The lone out this inning, Jackson Halter strikeout. Larks get the bats rolling early. It is 4-1 Hayes in the bottom of the first inning, and it brings Isaac Weinberg out of the dugout to go have a chat with his crew. Coming up to bat, Garrett Gruel, tonight's DH. He played first base yesterday for the first time for the Larks, and is not having to play the field today. 4-1 Hayes. It's a 4-hit first inning, 3 singles, and a home run. With the exception of Halter, 1 through 5 in the order have all scored. 1 away, base is empty for the DH out of Murray State College. First pitch to him, bounces off the turf, 1-0. Gruel did not play on the first against Fort Collins, but yesterday went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Also picked up a walk. A single and a double in the effort for him. Dreiling after that home run, now on an 11-game hitting streak. That is the longest active on the team. 1 ahead of Hutchison, who just extended his to 10, and 1 ahead of Jaslove, who's on the on-deck circle right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gruel. Jazz on deck. Lukart in the hole for Hayes. Late on the swing, stays alive, fouling it off. Had some power on it. It goes off the lights in the right side of the field. Had it been fair, would have had the power to be back-to-back home runs, so it's off the lights.
Young folks, please stay out of the bullpen.
1-2 home, outside 2 balls, 2 strikes. Getting that home run from Dreiling, his 6th of the season. He'll continue to drive up his OPS, which was at 1.344 coming into this game. That is really good. And they'll continue to rise. Home plate umpire calls up Garrett's Gruel, who goes down on strikes. 2 strikeouts and 4 earned runs in the first inning for Matt Oberlander.
From the University of Tennessee, number 3, Austin Jaslove.
Jaslove to the plates. Bottom of the first, nobody on, 2 away. Dreiling with 8 career home runs for the Larks, 1 in 2020, 1 in 2021, 6 this summer. Now has 58 career RBIs. Last year he had 13 RBIs, the year before that 9. Leaps over both those numbers and is putting up career numbers in his 3rd season with the Larks. But he spent part of each season with the Larks and parts of it in Arkansas, playing for Tri-State Arsenal and all around the South, so cut him some slack for not having as many home runs the past years as he has this year. 13 games in 2021, 11 in 2020. This is his 26th game. Jaslove at the plates. It's a 3-1 counts for his 116th at-bat as a Lark. 1-1, fly ball to the right side is going to be in foul territory. Jordan moves towards it, and so does Galvan, but neither of them will come up with it. It drops in a triangle between him, Littall, and Jordan. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jaslove, the 7th hitter of the first inning. 3 singles and then a 3-run shot from Dreiling. LaRue with an RBI, Dreiling with 3. Terozzi and Hutch, LaRue and Dreiling have each scored. Payoff pitch home. Good one to hit. Jaslove pulls his hands in and pulls it foul.
A reminder for all of the youngsters helping out this evening at the ballpark. When you're eyeing a foul ball and retrieve it, please bring it back to the Larks Nest to get it out there, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
Oberlander gives Hickson a nod, goes from the windup, payoff pitch number 2, fouled off again. It's been a long bomb in the first inning, and Oberland's had to stand there out in the heat. It is 100 degrees in Hayes right now. 3rd payoff pitch of the at-bat, swung on a miss. Oberlander strikes out 3 in the first inning. But the story is not his pitching, it's the Larks' offense. It's a 4-hit inning. Dreiling drives in 3 on his home run to right field. To the second we go, Hayes leads by 3. Top of inning number 2. Cesar Galvan will lead things off. Galvan pitched in yesterday's game. It was his first outing in his collegiate career. And the efforts, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, striking out 1. 2-0 count to him. BBL in the first inning, 2 hits and an unearned run. He left 2 on. Ground ball to the left side of the infield. It goes past Hutchison. It is the 3rd hit of the game for the Fort Collins Foxes.
Now batting for Fort Collins, the left fielder from Fort Hays State University, number 2, Dylan Hupfer.
Dylan Hupfer to the box. Played in left field yesterday and is in left field again today. He's the left fielder out of Fort Hays State. Had a beautiful throw from left field in last night's game. Nearly threw out a Lark. But I do believe it was Dylan Drowling who was running on the throw. And he slid between the legs of the catcher and got under the tag. Hupfer's ground ball goes to Ferenzi. Goes for the force at second. No throw to first base. Galvan out. Hupfer safe. They'll exchange the first baseman for a faster left fielder at first base and get an out in the process. Ryland Nixon to the box. He's the catcher who was shaken up in the bottom half of the first inning. Took a bat to the helmet on Jackson Halter's backswing. Fastball with some heat from BBL. Misses the zone. 1-0. Ben Baker Livingston, a Richardson, Texas native. He goes to New Mexico where he made 12 appearances for the Lobos. Was tied for second on the team with most wins with a 2-1 record and was a 2-time Mountain West Freshman of the Week. Went to Plano East Senior in Texas for high school. He, senior year, led the team in strikeouts and starts with 61 and 7 respectively. Tied for the most wins with 5. Was second in appearances and opponent batting average, and OBP with 10 appearances, an opponent batting average of .227 and an opponent on base percentage of .330. 2-1 count to the bottom of the order. Hickson sends this one to the right side and foul. Hickson out to Rose Holman. He's a Fort Collins native. On deck, Fleckner, Atoll in the hole. We're at the bottom of the order in the top of the second, working with a 2-2 counts. Breaking ball hangs in the air long enough for Hickson to get a bat on it. He sends it into right field. It is hits number 4 of the ball game for the Fort Collins Foxes. 2 singles in the first, 2 singles in the seconds.
Top of the Fort Collins batting order, the shortstop, number 3, Henry Fleckner.
Courtesy runner for Hickson. It is Matthew Goff out of GCU, so he's teammates in Arizona with Austin Pewitz. On the way, 2 on. Top of the order, Henry Fleckner. He struck out swinging against BBL to start off the game. Slider from Baker Livingston misses the zone. 1-0. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Larks won yesterday. We'll play Fort Collins for one more. First pitch at 7:30 tomorrow. Be sure to check it out on the YouTube channel. Ground ball goes to Palmer Hutchison. He can't make a scoop on it. Bounce. It is an infield single. Jaslov was there to back him up, though, to save a run. Went for third base, where Hupfer was safe. Base is loaded. Hupfer at third. Goff at second base. Fleckner at first. Fleckner now 1 for 2. To the Tyler Atoll we go. He singled and scored in the first inning. Base is loaded in the top of the seconds. They left 2 on in the first inning. And in yesterday's contest, they left just 6 on. Larks left 9 on the base paths. It was a combined pitching performance from Brown, Hendon, and Rose. Brown went 4 innings in the start, no earned runs. Hendon threw 2 innings with an earned run. Rose threw the last 3 with 2 earned runs. Rose struck out 7. It was a really solid 8th and 9th inning from B. Rose. And kind of a shaky 7th where he didn't look like himself, but got cool, calm, and collected between the 7th and 8th innings and came out and did what he does best. Throw strikes. 0-2 count here to Tyler Ritzall, the center fielder from Los Angeles. Baker Livingston from the stretch. He forces Ritzall to swing and miss on one that was low and away. And will get his third strikeout of the day, number 23 this season. Through 19 2/3. 2 away, bases loaded for Drew Norson. The DH is in the 3-hole today. Singled in the first inning and was left at second base. BBL's last outing was on the 8th where he threw 3 innings against the Outlaws here at Larks Park in the starts. 3 hits allowed, a walk, 2 strikeouts, no runs. BBL without an earned run over the course of the past 12 days. Fastball misses low. Halter keeps it in the glove. 2-0. Do it for the Larks in inning number 2 in the second half of it. Lukart, Ferenzi, and Tarosian 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Hayes. 2-0 grounded to Ferenzi, who drops low to scoop it off the turf. BBL forces the bases to be left loaded and goes a second inning without an earned run. To the bottom half we go. Hayes up by a trio on Larks Network. Lou to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Out of the 8th spot, getting the start in right field. Matt Overlander on the bump. He allowed 4 hits and 4 runs in the first inning. No walks, no runners left on. Lou's first pitch is driven to right field, but Jordan will come in and get the first out on the flyout. It looked good off the bats. Overlander is now retired 3 straights. 1 away, base is empty for Ben Ferenzi.
From Arizona Western College, the second baseman, number 4, Ben Ferenzi.
Ferenzi at the bottom of the order for the Larks. After going hitless yesterday, he is 2 of 9 against Fort Collins this season. No runs, no RBIs for him. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. as the lone Lark to not get a hit in the 10-4 win. 0-1 will miss the zone just inside, a ball and a strike. Game 2 of a stretch where the Larks have 6 games over the course of 6 days at Larks Park. The next off day is not until next Wednesday. Line drive back to the mound. Oberlander with some quick reactions to save himself from getting hurt. Takes it off his glove. It bounces away, but he scoops it off from the mound and throws to first in time. Oberlander, mid-30s on the pitch count. He has 2 away and the base is empty. He's retired 4 straight Larks and takes us to the top of the order in the bottom of the second. Jack Derosian, who led off the Larks offense with a single in the first inning and scored on the LaRue base hit. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. 0-1 moves the count to the Creighton Blue Jay. Hutch on deck, Halter in the hole for Hayes. Oh, 1, just like the first, is a strike. That single from Derosian was his 30th base hit of the year. He's driven in, now with 37 hits, he scored 34 times. 30 singles, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run for Derosian. Second most singles on the team. He's behind Jaslov, who has 37 base hits. Jack's cooled off since a hot start, but has still been one of the best bats in Larks lineup, and it shows as he's batting leadoff tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. The delivery to Derosian. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jack with a good 2 strikes approach. Will continue to work it here. Fort Collins on the top of this inning. It was a 3-hit second inning. They left the bases loaded, scored no runs. 1-2 breaking ball, breaks, but too late, doesn't get into the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, bases empty in the second inning. Hayes scored 4 in the first inning. An RBI from LaRue, 3 from Dreiling. 2-2 home, Derosian swings under it, pops it up. Our left side foul. Do it for the Fort Collins Foxes in inning number 3. Jamison, Jordan, and Jeffers, the 3 Fort Collins Foxes, to not hits in the second inning. Derosian goes down on strikes. He is the 4th strikeout of the day for Matt Oberlander, now number 27 on the season through 34 innings. To the 3rd we go. Hayes leads by 3. Top of inning number 3 from Larks Park in downtown Hays, Kansas. Leading it off for the Foxes is Henry Jamison, who flew out to Dylan Dreiling in the first inning. Was one that he drove to Dreiling's right. Dreiling moved a little bit to the right, and then the wind really got a hold of it and drove it to Dreiling's left, and he chased it a long way. 1-0 pitch will hit him, and he will be aboard. Larks win an order in the last inning. They still lead 4-1. Each team scoreless in the second inning after each scoring in the first.
The right fielder, number 27, Brendan Jordan.
Just the second batter, Ben Baker Livingston's hit. The first time he's done it in nearly 30 days. His last and only one was on the 19th against the Denver Cougars. And as for Henry Jamison, 5th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. Ball smacked between Hutchison and Jaslove. Hit number 6 of the day for the Fort Collins Foxes. 2 on, nobody out here in the third inning. Brendan Jordan now 1 for 2.
The third baseman, number 5, Connor Jeffers.
Jeffers at the plate. Galvan on deck. Hupfer in the hole. Jeffers struck out swinging to end the first inning. He's out of Northeast Nebraska Community College. Goes there. He's from Denton, Texas. Jamison at second base. Jordan at first. 1-0 from BBL. Breaks but missed above the letters. 2-0. Larks sent Caleb Meredith and Kobe Grimsley to the pen, but neither guy is throwing yet. BBL shakes off Halter on a couple pitches, finally agrees on one, and delivers a 2-0 below the knees, 3-0. BBL low to the bases in the second inning, but worked out of it without a run, leaving 3 on. He's left 5 guys on today. 6 hits, no walks, a hit by pitch, 1 run, unearned. Ooh, this game so far through him. 3-0 pitch right down the pipe, 3-1. Game 2 of a 12-game homestand at Larks Park. Larks all regular season games the rest of the season at home. BBL doesn't get the call in the inside corner and will walk his first of the day. Walk number 10 this season through 20 innings.
The first baseman, number 28, Cesar Galvan.
Base is loaded, and now the Larks send Brady Evans, catcher gear on, to the bullpen to go catch for the guys. Jefferson at first, Jordan at second, Jamison at third base, and Keith Harper out of the dugout. Bases loaded for Cesar Galvan, who singled in the second inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, 1-0 count. BBL's thrown 5 straight balls. 5 of his last 6 pitches are balls. 1-0 goes down the third base line. That's a tough play for Hutchison. It rolls to Dylan Dreiling. It'll score 2 on the base hits. But the throw will be in time to third, but the tag from Hutchison was late. Good throw from Dreiling, but the Larks don't get the outs. Galvan has an RBI single, goes to second on the throw. Scores Jamison and Jordan. And drives in a couple RBIs. 2 in scoring position, nobody out. Larks lead cut to 1. Two hits in this inning, 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Called strike. Galvan now with 10 RBIs this season after that hits. 0-1 in the zone, 0-2. Jobber to the third base side. Hutchison moves in, throws to first. LaRue gets it, looks up to make sure nobody's moving, and nobody is. Jeffers stays at third, Galvan at second. Larks get the first out of the third inning.
The catcher, number 45, Ryland Nixon.
Larks have Kayla Meredith up and moving in the pen. As Hickson will come to the plate. He is 1 for 1 today with a single. He wants to have a chat with his assistant coach, Isaac Bopp. Ty Bopp. Isaac Weinberg, the head coach. Ty Bopp, the assistant coach. Does so. Notice corners playing in, ready for a squeeze. Larks did that move in Fort Collins where they pulled Hunter Rosson aside with Jaslov at third base. And Frank told Hunter to lay down the safety squeeze. He laid it down a good bump, but Jaslov had a bad jump at third base and was out at the plate. Shooting bunt here is Hickson. The pitch goes at his head. He drops to the turf and dodges it. Now BBL tries to get some control in the AB because Hickson surely won't want to square up again. 2-0 inside on a fastball. Ben punches the glove, frustrated. 3 balls, no strikes in the at-bat. 6th batter of the inning for Fort Collins. Inside 4-0. Frank Leo stands up, looks from the dugout to the bullpen to see if Meredith is ready. Second walk of the inning for BBL. And it will be a day for Baker Livingston. 2 1/3. He leaves the bases loaded for Kayla Meredith to take over in the third inning. Bases loaded for Caleb Meredith. He will face off against Henry Fleckner with one away. Fleckner 1 for 2 today with a single in the second inning. BBL's day done after 2 2/3. He gives up 7 hits, 2 walks, leaves 5 on, and has 2 earned runs. Ground ball pulls Meredith off the mound. He sidearms it to Jackson Halter, who tags home plate after searching for it for a second, and the Larks gets the second out of the third inning. Fleckner with bad contact.
Center fielder number 38, Tyler Attal.
2 away for Tyler Attal, the 8th batter of the inning. He singled and struck out in his first 2 at-bats. 3 plate appearances and 3 innings for him. Meredith, the southpaw, to Chunky, Tennessee. He's making his 10th appearance as a Lark, 18 1/3. His 7th appearance in relief, part of 4 in a row in relief. Hasn't given up a hit since he pitched 2 innings against Fort Collins on the first, where he gave up just 1 hit. His last outing against the Outlaws, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, striking out 1. He struck out 13 this season, giving up 10 hits, 8 earned runs, with just 5 walks. 0-1 swing and a miss from Attal. Meredith looks clutch and looks to keep the bases loaded and leave 3 on for the second straight inning. Fort Collins has scored 2 in this inning already. Runs from Jamison and Jordan off the Galvan single. Galvan at second, Jeffers at third, Hickson at first base. Hickson has a courtesy runner at first. Can't see the number from here. I believe it is. That's Henry Fleckner at first. Galvan's at third. Hickson's courtesy runner at second. Jeffers was out on the force outs. One, 2 count, 2 away, bases loaded. Hayes up by 1. He scored 4 in the first inning, and then went 1, 2, 3 in the second. 1-2 grounded to Ferenzi. Takes 1 hard bounce, gets to him. He fields it waist level and throws to first. Meredith leaves the bases loaded, does what they bring him in to do, 2 outs without any runs. To the bottom half we go. Hayes leads by just 1. Bottom of the third inning, Hutchison to lead things off, 1 for 1 today with a single against Fort Collins. In his career now has 6 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 singles. He scored 5 times and driven in 6 in the past 2 years against Fort Collins. Ground ball to the left side. Fleckner has to backhand it and just can't get it out of his glove. It is stuck in the leather, and it'll be a leadoff single for Hutchison, and Larks' 5th hit of the ball game.
Nice on all drinks the remainder of this half inning, thanks to Palmer Hutchison and A Street Liquor.
2 for 2 day for Palmer Hutchison. Takes us to Jackson Halter, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Larks 4-0 versus Fort Collins last year. The first meeting between the two teams, Hayes won at 12-2 at the park. In 7 innings, Brown got the starts, went 3 innings, striking out 3. Then the next day, Larks won at 14-6. Hutchison with 3 RBIs, Brown with a home run. Pitch gets away from Hickson. Palmer Hutchison moves into scoring position here. Then on the 12th, Larks beat him again 4-3, a closer ball game. Brown 2 innings in relief, 1 hit allowed, no runs, striking out 2. Then the next day was the story of Hunter Parker and an 8-0 win for the Larks. It was a complete game shutouts for Hunter Parker, striking out 5. Two-0 counts for Jackson Holzer. Jackson this season batting .362, 1.036 OPS. He's picked up 21 hits, 13 of them singles, 5 doubles, and 3 home runs. Skies this one to right field. Jordan gives it a look. Oh, man. And it will be a home run. I just said, oh, man, because I thought it was foul. It looked close to it. Initial reactions looked like it was fouled by the way people reacted. And then we get a delayed call from Tony Vega. That is Jackson Hunter's 4th home run of the season. Lark's 2nd home run today. 1 from Dreiling, and Hutchison scores again. He has scored on 2 home runs today, and 1 through 5 in the order of each scored today. 6-3 Larks. They'll get to put on the pink cowboy hats and head to the dugouts with his 4th home run of the summer. That one, he was just waiting on the call. It looked good off the bat, just kept driving, kept carrying. It was going to be down to the call from the home plate umpire whether it was fair, and it was. 2 hits in the 3rd inning, nobody out, a home run and a single. Takes us to LaRue, who drove in Jack Tarosian on his base hit in the 1st inning. Hayes up by 3. Each team has scored 2 in this 3rd inning. 1-0 LaRue with the counts. 1-1. Game 3 tomorrow at 7:30. Catch it right here on the Larks Network. Then we'll play the Colorado Tribe Sunday and Monday. Dodge City on Tuesday. All first pitches except Dodge City at 7:30. I could foresee that game getting moved back to 7:30. Right now it's scheduled for 7. We'll see what happens with it. 1-2 count to LaRue. Tyler 3 of 11 this year against Fort Collins. Since this ground ball to his head coach and foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oberlander 2 innings, 50 pitches, 6 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 of them home runs. One, 2, LaRue swings, grounds it to Oberlander, comes off the bump, and throws to first in time. That's the first out of the 3rd inning. Dylan Dreiling to the plate. Had a 3-run home run to right field in the 1st inning. Hickson, the catcher, tosses something back to the dugout. Looked like it was his glasses. Don't know if they're broken or what, but he'll get back behind the plate. Sets up outside pitch, inside and low. 1-0 count to Dreiling. Dowling put his hitting streak at 11 games in his last at-bats. He's 7 of 9 this season against Fort Collins, with 4 runs scored, 4 runs driven in, and 2 walks. Fly ball to left center field, running in is a tall, and he will get it Dowling out for the first time today.
Today's designated hitter, number 20, Garrett Rule.
Gruel to the box. He struck out looking in the first inning. Larks start this inning off with a single and a home run. Since then, it's been 2 up and 2 down. Base is empty for Garrett Gruel. Gruel, a late addition to the Larks roster, replacing what was supposed to be Ben McLaughlin, but his surgery just kept him out of being able to play this summer. So the Larks were asking around, who could we get? Brady Evans brings us the JUCO All-American. Teammates this past year at Murray State. They went to the College World Series, came up just a little bit short, but both those 2 guys for the Larks at Murray State had some good year, had a really good year. 0-1 count to the 6-0. He's the 5th batter of the 3rd inning. Ground ball bounces to Jeffords, sticks out his glove to the left side of his body and gets the throw to first. In time, Larks start off with 2 hits and 2 runs, then go 3 in order. They lead by 3 as we move to the 4th inning at Larks Park. Fort Collins have the 4th inning. The first pitch from Caleb Meredith bounces outside. 1-0. Meredith relieved Ben Baker Livingston in the 3rd inning. Phase 2 got 2 outs and kept him off the scoreboard. Pitch number 2 misses low, bounces again. 2-0. It is Norson leading things off. He is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 1st inning. Grounded out to Ferenzi to end the top half of the 2nd inning. This is the lone Fort Collins Fox to not hit in the 3rd inning. Norson yesterday batted 3rd and went 1 for 2. He's batting 3rd again today and is 1 for 3 with 2 ground outs to Ben Ferenzi. 1 away, base is empty in the top half of the 4th inning. Just a little bit over an hour into this game here in north central Kansas. Meredith Has one away, and the base pass empty for Henry Jamison, who was hit by BBL to start off the third inning. He came around to score part of a 2-run third for Fort Collins. Pulls his hands inside, drives this one to left field. Dreiling keeps moving back. It'll bounce off the McDonald's logo on the fence. The throw from Dreiling. Wow, he threw that from the warning track right in front of the wall. It is a dime, no cutoff right to Ben Ferenzi. And Jamison tries to get greedy and will be out trying to go to second base. What a throw from Dreiling.
Right fielder, number 27, Brendan Jordan.
Dreiling, what a great game he's having. He had a 3-run shot in the first inning and has a dime here in the fourth inning. Off to a great series. He's been great against Fort Collins this season. 7 of 10. 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 2 triples, a home run, and a double in his career. Against him, all the numbers the same. He missed the 4 games against them last year, but he adds an outfield assist here in this inning. Throw to first from Jazz Love will be his second error of the game. LaRue leaps for it, makes an athletic move, still trying to place the tag on Brendan Jordan, who is now reached on 2 Austin Jazz Love errors. But the tag just not there. Larks fans got loud when they saw the ball go to Jazz Love. They were ready to carry the momentum from Dreiling's assist to the bottom half of the inning. That hits from Jamison, the Fort Collins Fox's 8th of the day. 8 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs. 3 runs. They left 8 on. Ground ball goes to left side and foul. It's off the bat of Connor Jeffords, who walked in the third inning after striking out swinging in the first. It's his first look at Caleb Meredith. The 6th guy to see him. Good pitch, 0-2 counts. Dupe for the home team in the bottom of the 4th. Bottom 3 of the order, Jazz Love, combined him and Lucart. Jazz Love, Lucart, and Ferenzi. 0-2 in the zone. Meredith catches Jeffers looking, strikes out his first of the day. Number 14 this season. What a good 4th inning from the 2 volunteers on the mound. And in left field, Meredith with the strikeout, Dreiling with the outfield assist. To the bottom half we go. Hayes leads by a trio. Jazz Love to lead on at the bottom of the 4th inning for the Larks. Waits on off speed, gives it a swing and a miss. 0-1 with the count. Jazz Love struck out swinging in the first inning. Oberlander's 57th pitch of the ball game. Misses low, 1-1 counts. Goes from the windup, swings and chases one ball, 2 strikes. Jaslov against Fort Collins this season, 2 for 5 with a run scored, driving in 3. He's also walked once. His 2 hits, a double and a single. He leads the Larks with 47 hits. LaRue on his heels with 44, trailing in third with 38 hits. Larks with 6 hits today, 241 on the season. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong number. 378 on the season. Swing and a miss. Jaslov down on strikes for the second time today. 4 straight retired for Matt Oberlander.
The right fielder, number 23, Braden Lucar.
Belu to the box. He drove one to right field in the second inning. Loaded off the bats. Crowd was hoping for another home run, but the ball didn't quite have enough on it. Jordan came in and got the outs. Sits it plenty high, just didn't have the distance. One-0 count to Belu outside. Two-0 count, 1 away, bases empty in the bottom of the 4th. Larks scored 4 in the first, silent in the second, 2 in the third. They're looking for a few more runs. Braden Lucart's count now 2-1. This is Braden Lucart's first time hitting against Fort Collins. He pitched on the first against him. Through the 10th inning for the Larks. 2/3 of an inning, and then the Larks lost. But he wasn't credited with the loss. It went to Kobe Grimsley. Three-one pitch home, found to the left side. The payoff pitch from Oberlander. Braden Lucart waiting in the left-hander batter's box. From the windup, 3-2 sent to center field. Won't be much trouble for Atal, who takes a couple steps back and gets the outs. Atal was burned a few times yesterday for playing in center field, and today plays a little bit deeper and gets the outs. Lucart's second flyout of the day. There's 2 away. And the bases are empty for Ben Ferenzi, who lined out to Oberlander in the second inning. He lined it at him. Oberlander took it off the glove. And then picked it up off the mound and threw to first in time. It was well struck, just right at him. No balls and a strike to Ben Ferenzi. Terosian on deck, Hutchison in the hole for Hayes. And Ben continues to be a magnet for the ball. Will be hits for his team leading 12th time this season. Nobody even has, or Terosian and LaRue have half of that, but they're in second place tied with it. He has double amount of the guy in seconds. He's responsible for 12 of the Larks' 42 hit by pitches this season and is at first base yet again. Base runner for Terosian. First time he's hit with a base runner today. First pitch high and inside, 1 ball, no strikes after the fastball. Oberlander shakes off Hickson, goes from the stretch. Terosian takes his right foot back and fouls it off 1-1. He's got Hutch on deck, Halter in the hole. He was the last out of the second inning. Led off the first inning with a single, then scored off of LaRue's hits. Spin move back to first, but no throw. Scoreboard shows a 2-1 count. There's 2 away with Florenzi at first base for the top of the order. And nobody up for Fort Collins. They like to throw their starters a lot of pitches against the Larks. Florenzi will steal second base with ease. In the meantime, it is a called strike. Terosian now with a 2-2 count. Florenzi a good jump. The throw not even close. He is 5 for 5 this year in stolen base attempts. Two-two. He's taken off again. It'll be grounded foul from Terosian. Runner at second base. Count stays 2-2 after the foul. Good eye, misses outside. Another payoff pitch will be delivered by Oberlander, his 75th of the day. It's popped foul. Top of the order in the bottom of the fourth. Terosian working a 1-for-2 effort. He is 3 of 10 against Fort Collins this season. Payoff pitch number 2. He reaches low just to stay alive. Lights on here at the ballpark. Sun's starting to set. Wind has died off a little bit. Just a slight breeze moving to right field from left field. Payoff pitch. Terosian will be down on strikes for the second time today. Oberlander strikes out 2 in the 4th inning. As now 6 strikeouts on the day. Larks lead Florenzi in scoring position and go scoreless for the second inning today. To the 5th we go. Hayes up by 3. Fifth inning, Cesar Galvan to lead things off against Kayla Meredith. Sees one pitch, sends it to left field. Drowning makes the catch on a good run. Drowning with a good defensive effort today in left field. Will reel in the ball, and the Larks get the first out of the fifth inning. Larks at the plate, 6 hits, no walks. They've scored 6 runs and left their first run on the base paths of the day in the last half inning. One away for Dylan Hupfer at the plate. He is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Grounded out to Palmer Hutchison in the third inning. This pitch goes up the middle for Renzi. What a great play just to get to it, and a spin throw to first won't be in time. That is a single, a really good play. Most guys aren't getting to that. But for Renzi, will get it. He has the heart that a lot of guys lack. A lot of guys in Summer League would just say, oh, let it go up the middle, no points. We've seen a few guys this season not have much hustle. Ferenzi has that dog in him. Single for Hupfer. He's 1 for 3 today. Takes us to the bottom of the order. Rylan Hickson, who's singled and walked today. Runner at first, one away. The 0-1 pitch from Meredith. Chopped foul. Meredith's thrown 2 innings today, striking out 1. He's given up 2 hits, no runs for him. He left 1 on base in the 4th inning and left the bases loaded in the 3rd inning after being handed the ruck with the bases loaded. This 0-2 pitch will be his 20th of the outing, and it's will be in the zone, his second strikeouts of the day, both in the past 4 batters.
Now batting the leadoff hitter for Fort Collins, the shortstop, number 3, Henry Fleckner.
15 strikeouts through 20 and a third for Meredith this season. To the top of the order we go. Henry Fleckner, we're going to 1 for 3 today with a single. He struck out in the first and reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Good pitch, nice location, right on the line, 0-1. That's all on deck. Norson in the hole for the Fort Collins Foxes. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away in the 5th inning. Fly ball goes right. LaRue and Lucar give some hustle down the right field line, and the man in the bullpen of the Foxes makes the play on it, out of play. It's a right-handed guy. I believe it is Matthew Goff. Larks bullpen not active right now. Fort Collins has that guy up and throwing. In the meantime, Meredith strikes out back-to-back. Has struck out 2 of his last 5 face and leaves the runner at first base. He pitches another scoreless inning and takes us to the bottom half of the 5th. It is 6-3 Hayes.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer. 'Cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Bottom of the fifth, Hutchison will lead things off. He's on a 2-for-2 day with a couple of base hits and a pair of runs scored. 1-0 count here to Palmer Hutchison. He has Halter on deck, LaRue in the hole for the Larks. From the windup, the new pitcher Matthew Goff delivers home, misses. Nine inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Goff's 5th outing of the summer on the mound. He's thrown 6 1/3, 10 hits, 8 earned runs, 11 walks, ERA at 11.37. And struck out 5 and misses again. Whip at 3.32 for him. His last outing was against the Saints, where he threw a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out as outs. Before that, it was a third of an inning against the Cougars, where he allowed a hit, no runs, no walks. Second outing of the season was 2 2/3 on June 11th at home versus Liberal. 4 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 5, struck out 1. Debut against the Slammers, 3 innings in relief, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks. Walks his 12th of the season through 6 1/3, averaging almost 2 walks an inning. And he puts Palmer Hutchison on the base paths for the 3rd time today. Palmer Hutchison with 12 walks this season. As a Lark, he's now walked 54 times. 1-0 count with Jackson Halter at the plate. Halter started out with a strikeout and then sent a home run to right field. It was a 2-run shot in the 3rd inning, bringing home Hutchison, who was at first base at the time. Let's run it back. It's 2 outside, 2-0 count. LaRue on deck, Dreiling in the hole for Hayes. Lunges for 1, pops it up behind second base. Fleckner moves towards it, And it's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. One away, runner at first for LaRue.
Number 26, Tyler LaRue.
LaRue at the plate, 1 for 2 with a single. He's driven in a run and scored a run. 1 through 5 in the order have accounted for all 6 runs today. It's Rosie and Halter. LaRue Drowning have each scored a run. Hutchison scored 2. Halter with 2 RBIs. LaRue with 1. Drowning with 3. The bottom 4 of the order are a combined 0 for 7. 1-0 count to Tyler. Tyler grounded out to Oberlander in the 3rd inning. Matt Goff on the bump. He's a Thornton, Colorado native. Is headed to Grand Canyon University. Swinging a whiff. 1 ball and a strike. LaRue frustrated with himself after that one. Larks with 6 hits today. That walk from Hutchison was the Larks' first walk of the day. They have scored 6 runs and left 1 on. LaRue will be the second hit batter of the past 2 innings and put 2 on with 1 out for Dylan Dreiling.
The left fielder, number 33, Dylan Dreiling.
Hutchison at second base, LaRue at first base for the man who is 1 for 2 today with a 3-run home run back in inning number 1. He flew out to a tall in his second at bat after that. He's got Gruel on deck, Jaslov in the hole for the Larks. Larks up by 3. They haven't scored since the 3rd inning, but they have a dangerous bat with a runner at scoring position. Pitch number 1 to Dreiling, a fastball that misses the zone. 1-0 count. Larks fans, you can see the socials on your screen, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Be sure to check them out to stay up to date with all things Larks baseball for the remainder of the summer. 1-0 high and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Goff takes a long look at Hutchison, delivers home. Dreiling smacks another one to deep right field. This one will be foul. Definitely had the distance. Had it been fair, that one would have been gone by a mile. Dreiling with a home run already today in right field. Goff through 6 2/3 has given up 1 home run. It was against Liberal. Check swing. Holds up. Pitch gets away from Hickson. Hutch to 3rd. LaRue to second base. 2 in scoring position for Dylan Dreiling. Time is called. Actually, a 2-2 count for Dreiling. Corner's not playing in despite there being a runner at third base, but the middle infield is. Now Jeffers creeps up at third base. Dreiling with the line drive to right field. It gets down the line in fair territory. It'll be just a single for him, but he drives in his 4th and 5th RBIs of the day. 2-hit effort. Dreiling now 8 of 12 this year against Fort Collins. 8 for 11. Just needs a double to hit for the cycle in this series against them. Hutchison's 3rd run of the day. LaRue, his 2nd run. Hutchison now with 5 runs against him this year. LaRue with 3. Larks scored 2 again. They scored 2 in the third inning, but they're looking for more. They're up by 5. First hit Goff's allowed today. He hits LaRue and walked Hutchison. Got a pop out of Jackson Halter. Dreiling with 38 RBIs now on the season. As is tied for his second most on the season. He drove in 5 in the Springs against the Outlaws and 6 against the Collegians. Fly ball goes to deep left field off the bat of Garrett Gruhl, but Hupford gets it. For the second out of the 5th inning, Gruhl now 0 for 3. Two away for the pinch hitter, Hunter Rawson out of Ohio State. Rawson just come into Ohio State. Put on Instagram and Twitter, the journey continues. Go Buckeyes. You can see it.
Now betting for the Larks.
He's headed to the Big Ten.
Number 6, Hunter Rawson.
Spent time at Weatherford and a little bit at UTA and is now going to go play for the Buckeyes. Rawson this year against Fort Collins, 2 for 9 with a run scored. One of his hits a double. So no more Austin Jaslov. He will finish his day 0 for 2 and see a 10-game hitting streak come to an end. Oh, 1 Rawson pops it up to the middle of the outfield. It'll be a diving effort from Jamison. Diving towards center field. What a good play from him coming from second base, and he gets the third out of the 5th inning. Rawson now 0 for 1 today. Larks score a couple of runs off the Dreiling double. To the 6th we go. Hayes leads by 5. Sixth inning here in Hayes. It's the Fort Collins half. Meredith back to the mound. He's looked really good today. Through 2 1/3. Bates College center fielder Atzal to lead things off. He's 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. It was delayed coming out of the dugout. Meredith threw his last pitch, and the third base coach of the Foxes walked out of the dugout and started to head to third base. Got halfway there and realized he didn't have a batter. He says him to Atzal, who came speed walking out of the dugout to face Meredith here in the 6th inning. Meredith has faced 10 batters today. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. That's almost the second batter he faced in the third inning, and he got him to ground out to Ben Ferenzi. A Chucky, Tennessee native southpaw delivers home. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 home from Meredith. Sent high to left field. Dreiling moves a few steps back and to his left, and he gets another one. 1 away, base is empty in the 6th inning for Drew Norson. Started off his day with a first inning single. Since then is 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs to Ben Ferenzi. In the 2nd inning, he was the 3rd out. He was the 1st out of the 4th inning. Fort Collins scoreless since Caleb Meredith has stepped on the rubber. That was back in inning number 3. Fort Collins 9 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs. They left 10 on. Curveball catches the zone. Good pitch. Ours have who I believe to be Cade Hare throwing in the bullpen. This one line to right field. Speeding for it is Lukart, making sure it doesn't roll past him. And throws it to second base, but it'll be a 1-out single for Norson. His 2nd single of the day. He's 1 for 2 against Caleb Meredith. Jameson to the box, 1 for 2 today with a hit by pitch and a run scored in the 3rd inning, and then he singled in the 4th. But was out trying to go to second. Dylan Dreiling gunned him down. Jaslove done. After being pinch hit for, Ben Ferenzi takes over the shortstop duties. Hunter Rawson, who pinch hit for him, is at second base. So defensively, Hayes has the 2 Hayes natives on the leftmost side of the field, Dreiling in left, Hutchison at 3rd. They got Terozzi in center, Lukart in right, Ferenzi at shorts, Rawson at 2nd, LaRue at 1st, Jackson Halter behind the plate. 3-0 count to Jameson. The other Jameson out of the lineup tonight. Both Turner and Henry played in yesterday's contest. Turner getting the day off today. He's swinging 3-0, sends it to Hutchison, who throws to Rawson, who throws to LaRue. 6-4 or 5-4-3 double play. And the Larks turn a double play. Hutchison turned one yesterday. Almost had a triple play yesterday, but they didn't get it. But we get one here. Meredith faces the minimum in the 6th inning. To the bottom half we go. Hayes up by 5.
Be me, and everyone can see you ain't is misplaced, and I'm gonna tell ya. Don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, no.
Braden Lucart leading off his second inning, second inning today. He led off the second inning with a fly out to right field, and then was out number 2 the fourth inning with a fly out to center field. 1-0 count to Belu. Goff back to the mound. He threw a 2-run fifth inning, walked 1, hit 1, allowed 1 hit. And that's fifth inning of play. 2-0 count to Braden Lucart. Ferenzi on deck. Terosian in the hole for Hayes. 2-0 catches the high outside corner, 2-1. Goff going to GCU. Braden Lucart to the Oklahoma Sooner. They're facing up against each other. Goff has seen limited action for the Fort Collins Fox. He's only been a hitter in 2 games, and he's now pitched in 5 games. Two count to Belu, the right fielder out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Breaking ball inside, 3-2 counts. Payoff pitch high. Belu will pick up the walk. Eamon Hutchison, the lone walks of the day for the Larks.
The Larks shortstop number 4, Ben Ferenzi.
Braden Lucart now with 10 walks this season in 18 games. Bottom of the order, it's the former second baseman, now a shortstop, Ben Ferenzi at the plates. First pitch to him, he will be hit in back-to-back plate appearances. I mentioned earlier he leads the team in hit by pitches, has more than double the guy behind him. That is his 13th hit by pitch.
It is the top of the batting order for the Larks, the center fielder, number 1, Jack Terosian.
Ben Ferenzi gets hit so far this season on 13% of his plate appearances. That's crazy, man. Two on. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jack Terosian at the plate. Started off with a single in the first inning. Since then is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts swinging. He leads the Larks in most strikeouts. At the plate, he's been punched out 27 times, but he's still managed a .449 on-base percentage and 37 hits. It's been one of the Larks' best bats. When he gets on the base bats, it is dangerous with his speed and aggression. 1-0 pump to the left side. Jeffers moves into foul territory, goes by the Larks dugouts. A couple of guys have to scramble away, and he gets the out on the pump up. Palmer Hutchison to the box. He is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a walk. He scored 3 times. Hutchison is now 3 3-run games against the Outlaws. On the 4th of July, he scored in each of his first 3 plate appearances, and that's what he's done here today. Season high in runs scored for Hutchison. 4, that was against the Denver Cougars on the 11th, where he went 4 for 6 with a single, and then scored 3 times on his own home runs. It was a 3-home run effort for him, driving in 7 total on the day. He has 2 multi-home run games. The other one against the Boulder Collegians on July 2nd. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. Jamison moves towards it, bobbles it, finally gets it to first, and will throw Hutchison out for the second out of the 6th inning. Lukart moves to third base, Ferenzi to second base.
The catcher, number 5, Jackson Halter.
2 away, 2 in scoring position for Jackson Halter. He's driven in 2 already today off of a home run to right field in the 3rd inning. That was just fair. This pitch will miss the zone. 1-0 counts. Two balls, no strikes to the catcher and the Seminole States. Jackson had a 1 home run this year in 29 games at Seminole States. This year for the Larks in 17 games, he has 4 home runs. Now has a 3-0 counts versus Matt Goff. Ferenzi at second, Lukart at third, 3-0. He will watch it and take his base. Lark's second walk of the inning. First man who walked was Lukart in the inning. He's at third, Ferenzi at second. Halter will have a courtesy runner, and Cam Walton at first base. As LaRue comes to the plate, Isaac Weinberg will come out of the dugout, and that'll give us a chance to talk about Leo Geminian. Leo at the European Championships right now, playing for his home country of France. Update from yesterday's game this morning, they beat Ireland 15-2. He went 1 for 3 as a leadoff man with an RBI double. If they will play Bulgaria tomorrow at 6 a.m. If they win it, they win the group. That group contains France, Bulgaria, Slovenia, and Ireland. They beat Bulgaria 18-2 in that game. Geminian 5 for 5 with 4 runs and 2 RBIs. Also stole 2 bases against Slovenia. 2 for 4 with 2 runs, 4 RBIs, a home run, and a stolen base. He is 8 for 12 at the plate, scored 6 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, 7 RBIs. Batting .667, a 1.750 OPS, and he's stolen 3 bases. He's tied for first in the European Championship in hits and second in runs. Actually, not tied for first in hits. Yes, he is. Tied for first as well on the French team for hits as well, and second in average and stolen bases. France is now 3-0, first place in Group B. 1-0 flown to right field from LaRue. It'll be in foul territory. Runners are running, and they will all retreat. Bases loaded, 2 away, 1-1 counts for Tyler LaRue. I'll let you know tomorrow night on the broadcast how Leo and his home country did against Bulgaria tomorrow morning. Walton at first base, running for Halter. Ferenzi at second, Lukart at third. Larks hitless in the 6th inning. 2 walks and a hit by pitch, a pop-up and a ground out. One high, 2 balls and a strike. LaRue 1 for 2 today with a hit by pitch and a single. Has scored 2 times and driven in 1. 34 RBIs this season for him and 32 runs. You got to consider, thinking about those 32 runs, this is a guy who's caught for the Larks. So he's had courtesy runners for him, and he's still managed to score 32 times. He's 4th on the team in a run scored behind Terosian, Rawson, and Dreiling. 3-1 home, he will walk and drive in RBI number 35 of the season. his second RBI of the game. It scores Braden Lukart. Lukart, the first guy not in the 1 through 5 in the order to be part of a run today.
The left fielder, number 33, Dylan Dreiling.
Back-to-back walks for Goff. 9-6 Larks they have scored in consecutive innings now. 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Pitch to Dreiling above the letters, 1-0. Dreiling 2 for 3 today with some great defensive plays. He has driven in 5 runs as a home run and a single after picking up 2 triples and 2 singles in yesterday's contest. Goff missing the zone again. 2 balls, no strikes to Dreiling. They are definitely cautious of pitching to this guy. 3-0. You can see why Tennessee has they've started to change their mind about what they're going to do with Dylan Dreiling. When he first committed, it sounded like, from my understanding, that they were going to play him as primarily a pitcher, and now it sounds like he's going to be an outfielder with a chance to play right away when he gets down to Rocky Top. And you can see why in this game, in the series, he's had a couple of really good plays down left field, including that assist. And at the plate, he is tearing it up against Fort Collins. 8 of 11 this season against Fort Collins, and he will pick up his 3rd walk against them and another RBI. It's a 6 RBI day for Dylan Dreiling. Scoring is Ferenzi. It moves Walton to 3rd, LaRue to 2nd. 3 straight walks for the Larks. Isaac Weinberg will come out of the dugouts and pull his pitcher down by 7 here in the 6th inning. Larks doing the cha-cha slide. In the meantime, Noah Brunk takes the mound for the Fort Collins Foxes. He inherits the bases loaded and will face up against Garrett Gruhl, the 8th hitter of the inning. Gruhl 0 for 3 today, due for a hit. Walton at third, LaRue at second. Drowning at first. First pitch, a fastball high and inside. Gruhl ducks out of the way and has to get some ooze from the crowd. Brunk from Arvada, Colorado, grew up very close to Larks pitcher Brady Evans and a little bit farther, but still in the same part of Colorado as Larks pitcher Hunter Parker. He's now paired in 8 games on the bump, and we'll see a single from Garrett Gruhl to go into center field. They will wave LaRue home. Larks up 12-3. Walton and LaRue score on the play. Gruhl, again, I'll say it again, he's played in 10 games for the Larks and has gotten a hit in every one of them. Just can't get this guy out. 2 RBIs for Gruhl. Jackson Halter's courtesy runner scores after Halter scored in the 3rd inning. Garrett Gruhl now with 15 RBIs on the season. LaRue scores for the 3rd time today. Him and Palmer Hutchison each with 3 runs on the day. 12-3 Larks if they can get Drowling home from second base. And then pitch a scoreless 7th. They can run rule the Fort Collins Foxes. They have scored 4 runs in this inning. They have a symmetrical scoreboard right now, scoring 4 runs in the 1st and 6th innings, no runs. Oh, it's not symmetrical. They threw it off. 4 runs in the 1st, 4 in the 6th, 2 runs in innings 3 and 5, and then no runs in innings 2 and 4. 2 on, 2 out, 2-1 count here for Hunter Ross, and the lone Lark to not come to the plate in this inning. Is at the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. Grounds this one to Frank Leo, 2-2 counts. Showing a little bit of frustration, had some good barrel on it, but was early on the swing. Rawson and Jaslov combining for the 7th spot today, the lone spot in the lineup to not produce a run by scoring or driving one in. This pitch at the head of Rawson, he dodges it and is working with a 3-2 count. Dylan Dreiling in this inning matched his season high in RBIs with 6 after walking in a run. 3-2 runners are taken off with the bases loaded, and the payoff pitch will miss outside. Hunter Rawson will pick up walk number 13 of the season in his 96th plate appearance. Bases loaded for Braden Lucart to let off the inning with the walk.
The right fielder, number 23, Braden Lucart.
Larks only walked 1 time through the first 5 innings, and it was in the 5th inning. They have now walked 5 times here in the 6th. 1-0 delivery. Brunk misses the zone versus Lucart. Drowling at third. Gruhl at second. Rawson at first base. Brunk's last outing was against the game day Saints. Went 2 for 2 2/3 innings, picking up the win, his 2nd of the season. 6 walks, 2 hits, 3 earned runs. 2-0 to Bilou. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. I imagine that he will not be swinging here. Larks have put 5 straight on. Ball gets away, but it's a walk none the same. Garrett Gruhl keeps a close eye on Hickson getting to the ball. Bilou with 2 walks here in the 6th inning. has a run scored and an RBI. He is at first base, and now a 10-run ball game. Has been a 5-run sixth inning. Larks need a scoreless 7th to run rule another game this year. Larks 9 run rules this year, 10 10-run wins. Are having Ben Ferenzi at the plates with the bases jacked. Flegner and Hickson have a chat with Brunk. Brunk, the third pitcher of the game. Oberlander gave us 5 innings. Gave us 4 innings. Goff through the 5th. And now got taken out in the 6th inning. First pitch to Ferenzi. That'll be part of 5 straight balls. Oh no, more than that because Rawson walked. So more than 5 consecutive balls. Belu just walked on 4 pitches. Oh yeah, never mind. It's a strike. 0-1. Ferenzi sends this one into the night sky, and Hayes Atall is moving back from center field. It'll bounce on the warning track in the deepest part of the ballpark. Ben Ferenzi rounds second, heads for third. We'll have a 3 RBI triple. Everybody scores. Gruhl scores, Dreiling scores, and Rawson scores. Gruhl's first from the game, Dreiling second. Rawson's first of the game. Now 1 through 9 in the order have each scored. 16-3 Larks. It is a 8-run 6th inning. Ferenzi's first triple is allowed. One, he drives in RBIs 15, 16, and 17 on the season. Rawson now with 34 runs scored. Dylan Dreiling with 35. Dreiling and the team lead just broke his tie with Jack Terosian for the team lead. Dreiling leads the team in RBIs and runs scored, playing in his 26th game of the summer. Runner at third, 2 away. Larks to put 7 straight on the base paths. And that stretch, 5 walks, a single, and a triple. Jack Terosian at the plate, 0 for his last 3 after singling and scoring in the first inning. Six walks, 2 hits, and a hit by pitch here in this 6th inning. (3-1) outside. Terosian will pick up the walk. 7th walk of the 6th inning for Hayes. Isaac Weinberg out of the dugouts. And we will have a new pitcher. Larks lead by 13 against Fort Collins. 6th inning still going. Runners on the corners with 2 away. New pitcher into the game is Landon Irvin, and his first pitch is wild and it'll score. Ben Ferenzi from third base, Ferenzi's second run of the sixth inning. 17-3 Larks. They have scored 9 runs in the sixth inning, 11 runs in the past 2. Runner at second base in the form of Jack Terosian for Palmer Hutchison at the plate. 2-0 count. Hutch 2 for 3 today, excuse me. 2 singles and a walk. He scored 3 times. He grounded out to Jamison for the second out of this inning. Irvin, a catcher at Henderson State's D2 school in Arkansas, where he made no pitching appearances. This year he's thrown 1 1/3 for the Fort Collins Foxes. And the pop-up is miscommunicated between Galvan, Jamison, and Irvin. And it drops between all 4. There are some nasty screams coming from some Fort Collins fans. Just really upset that this inning keeps going on. And the dugout wasn't too happy with the guys. Hutchison gets credited with his 3rd single of the day. Runners on the corners with 2 away. I'm surprised Terosian only got to third base on that. But made the smart move. He would probably have been gunned down had he gone home. Halter at the plate. He walked in this inning and hit a home run in the 3rd inning. Does he have another one? You betcha. It's Jackson Halter's 2nd home run of the day. Home run number 5 of the season. This one is a 3-run shot. Picks up RBIs 3, 4, and 5 on the day. Jackson Halter's 2nd multi-home run game of the season. He hit 2 against the Rough Riders on the 3rd and does it against the Fort Collins Foxes on the 15th. Gets to touch them all. Larks up 20-3. Most runs the Larks have scored this season is 22. And they're just a couple away from that. 2 away, bases empty for Tyler LaRue. Hutchison scores his 4th of the day. That's the most he's scored this season. Tied for the most. Terosian scores his 2nd of the day. LaRue sends a fly ball to left field, and the inning is finally over. Larks score 12 in the 6th inning. Let me do some math. There's a lot of guys. 14 guys to the plate. Walk a ton of times and score a dozen runs. The 7th we go. 3 outs away from a run rule as Cade Hare comes to the mound. Cade Hare to the mound after a 12-run sixth inning for the Larks, where they picked up 7 walks, 4 hits. Scored 12 runs and left none on. They had only walked once, and that was in the 5th inning. Go innings 1 through 4 without a walk. Now have 8 walks on the day and 11 hits. Cade Hare on the bump. The first guy he faces is Matt Peterman, the pinch hitter out of Oregon Tech. He's pinch hitting for Brendan Jordan, the right fielder. Pops this one over the right side. LaRue chasing it in foul territory. It drops in the Fox's bullpen. Jordan finishes his day 1 for 3, reached on 2 Jaslov errors and singled and scored in the 3rd inning. It was a long 6th inning, but one that's I'm okay with being long. When you score 12 runs, it makes it a lot easier than when it's just a long, slow inning and your team's not doing so hot. 1-2 after the foul ball. Hare making his 12th appearance on the mound. He's thrown 19 innings. All but 2 of those innings in relief. He's made 1 start. That was against Dodge, where he went 2 good innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, striking out 2. One-two from Hare. Grounded to Palmer Hutchison. Moves in, reaches low, hops the first base. And it's in time for the first out of the 7th. Man, Hutchison just been so good at third base this year for the Larks. It's really easy to take it for granted what he does so consistently in the hot corner. I was talking to Coach Leo about Hutch, and he was talking about, he's coached a lot of third basemen in his 40 years with the Larks, and he was talking about how he hasn't coached one he doesn't think as good as Palmer Hutchison. That guy is just very good defensively, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest things that helps him land a really good school for the next month. One away, base is empty. Hare delivers home, gets a swing and a miss out of Jeffers, who was 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. Hare out of Central Alabama. He's a Phoenix City native. 0-1 from Hare, late on the swing is Jeffers. He sends it to the right side and foul. Assuming Cade Hare and the Larks don't give up 8 runs on the next 2 outs, the Larks will win this series against Fort Collins. Game 3 will be tomorrow night. Check it out as the Larks look for another sweep. They're now 6-0-2 in series. Fort Collins' last win was against the Saints, winning it 7-5 on the 7th. They'll now be on a 3-game losing streak. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jeffers. Ours could use Liberal to lose a few games and help us climb back up the standings. One-two home. Cade Hare strikes out his 18th of the season. We're 1 out away from a Larks win. Liberal currently up 9-4 against the game day Angels. So that won't help the Larks much. Larks will be within 1 game of them after this one, and then assuming Liberal holds on, we'll go back down to being 1.5 games back. 2-way delivery to Cesar Galvan, who's 2 for 2 today. Will miss the zone, 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 counts. Here's last outing against the Outlaws. 2 1/3 with a hit to allow, no runs, striking out a trio. Most innings he's thrown this year, 3. That was against the Rough Riders on the 15th. One. This one runs inside, 2 balls and a strike. Caleb Meredith will get the win for the Larks. BBL went 2 1/3, doesn't qualify for a win in the starts. Pop bump out of play. Larks 1 strike away from win number 25. 2-2, just outside, 3-2. Full count, 2-away, bases empty in the top half of the 7th inning. Side turned really quick. Set us up for a run roll at the 12-run 6th inning. Hare misses high here and will walk his first of the day and put his first base runner on. Game stays alive as we go to Dylan Hupp for the Fort Hays State Tiger, who's 1 for 3 today. Here's the 11th walk of the season, 18-11 strikeout ratio for him. Runner at first, 2 away. Larks just 1 more outs away from a run rule. It will be run rule number 10 of the season, their 11th win of 10 runs or more. At one point, the Larks had 3 straight run rules. One-0 called strike, a ball and a strike to Hupfer. One high, 2 balls and a strike. Larks now 6-1 against Fort Collins the past 2 years, beating them 4 times at Hayes in 2021, losing to him on the 1st of July this year, and beating him 2 times at Larks Park. Hare misses the outside corner, 3-1 counts. Larks dugout standing at the edge of the dugout, ready to go out and form the handshake line, but the 7th inning keeps on going. Hare from the stretch, runner takes off, and Govan will be back to first base. Nobody was holding him on, nobody was in a rush to cover second, so he would have been safe. Instead, he'll be back to first after the line drive to the Fort Collins dugouts. Good thing about this game for the Larks is you cruised. No Lark threw more than 55 pitches. So arms will be good to go. Payoff pitch with 2 away in the zone, called strike. Hare strikes out his 19th of the season, gets the Larks their 25th win of the summer.
The Foxes 3. 20 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Larks.
And the game for Hayes, they pick up 11 hits, 8 walks. They score 20 runs, leave 2 on the base paths. That's the best they've done this year in terms of moving guys along and not leaving on the base paths. That shows what happens when you just keep the bats moving. They've left a lot on this year, but not tonight. Fort Collins on their day. 10 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs. They leave 11 on the base paths. They fall to 5-17 on the season, 5-16 in league play. 14 games back. They're outside with the Rough Riders for last place in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League on a 3-game losing streak. They're now 2-9 on the road. and have lost 8 straight away games. Larks 9-2 in July. They've won 15 of their 17 games at Larks Park and have won 8 straight league games. They're 18-3 in league play, 1 game back from the Liberal BJs in second place. 25-7 on the season, winning their 6th straight game at Larks Park. They win the series here versus Fort Collins, but are looking for the sweep tomorrow. First pitch at 7:30 p.m. So catch it right here on Larks Network. Come down to the ballpark. This has been Carson Ackerman on Larks Network. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.